Hello everybody, this is Jason from the Seymour Public Library, coming to you today with a Curious Kids activity. Today we are going to be talking about constellations. We're going to learn what they are, what you can do with them, then we're going to make our own constellation once we learn that stuff. Here you see a couple of books we have on the stars and constellations here at the library. You can also find information out on the internet, of course. So, today you'll also need some toothpicks, some mini marshmallows, and either a book or a picture, something that has a picture of a constellation. So, to start with, we first need to know what a constellation is. Well, a constellation is just simply a group of stars that make up a figure or an animal, something like that. So you may have heard of Orion, which is a warrior, or the Big Bear, which is made up of the Big Dipper. But that's all a constellation is. It's a group of stars that are put together to form sometimes an imaginary shape or a mythological shape. And a lot of the constellations, like Orion and the Big Bear and all these other constellations, they all have stories to go with them. So the next thing is what makes a constellation important? What do we use constellations for? Well, nowadays we don't use them so much with because of GPS and such as that. But in the old days, they used constellations to help them know what time of year it was, to help them know when to plant crops, to help them know what time of year it was, to help them make their maps and calendars. So constellations had all kinds of uses. Sailors also use constellations to help find their way, such as the Big Dipper. If you find the Big Dipper, then you can find Polaris, which is also known as the North Star, and that can guide you across the sea. So constellations are pretty important. They're pretty helpful as well. There are many constellations. My paper here says like 88 different constellations. Some of the famous ones again are Orion, one called Ursa Major, which is just the Big Dipper. It's also called the Bear. Then all of the zodiac signs are also constellations. So if you don't know what a zodiac sign is, a zodiac sign is a sign that's given to you for your birth date. So whenever you're born, each birth month has a zodiac sign that goes with it, and those zodiac signs can be found as constellations in the sky. Some of the ones, like I was born in April, so my zodiac sign is Aries, so you can find Aries as a constellation. So one of the things you can do is get a star wheel. You can print this off the internet, which is what I did. You can find them on the internet, just print them off and print them out. And a star wheel is just simply a wheel that has all the sky on it. And then at the top, you'll see that it has all the months with every 5 days. So like day 5, day 10, day 15, day 20, and day 25 of the month with lines. So the way this works is you simply put your star wheel in your little star wheel gazer here, and then you can turn it to whatever day and time you're looking at. So like this is September, so we'll do September 2nd, and it is about noon, so we'll set September 2nd at noon, and then when you look at it set at that time, that is what the the stars in the sky would look like at that time of day. So this is really cool. You can get one of these, like I said, off the internet. Take it outside at night, put your time and date on it, and see if you can match up the stars with the map. It's pretty cool. But you can also use this because it's got all the constellations on it as well. So there's many. If you look at here, you can see it's maybe a little hard, but there's all kinds of constellations. So again, constellations are just very useful to help you find your way at night. Again, some of the major constellations like Ursa Major, which is also known as the Big Dipper or the Great Bear. That constellation can help you find the North Star, which then can help you find your way when you're sailing. There's also a star called Crux, I guess, and if you find that, that can also help you find your travels. But again, these constellations are, some of them, when you get looking at them, are very hard to understand, or not understand, but tell what they're really supposed to be. So you have to use your imagination a little bit to find the shape. Like, here's a picture of one, and if you look up here, it just looks like a cross, but if you put it and trace it, you'll see like a little bird there. And there's many constellations. And again, they can be used to help you find your way, to help you know what time of year it is, just all kinds of things. I'm going to pull this book out here that we have. We have both these books at the library that you can call and check out, plus many others. Again, here's a picture of a sky at different times with all the constellations in it. So that's simply let's just a few more here, as you can see. So there's all kinds of constellations, and like you said, you have to use your imagination sometimes to see it or imagine it. Like this one down here, right here, is called Pegasus. So here's a leg and its body, and this is its head. So again, you just have to use your imagination sometimes to kind of see what these actually look like. I'm going to look to see if I can find the Big Dipper. Let's see. So on this page, you can see right here is the Great Bear or the Big Dipper, and this first one over here is the Old Way. And if you look right here, these stars right here, I know it's very hard to see, that make what looks like a spoon. That's the Big Dipper. And all the rest of the stars around it make the bear. And this is what the old one looks like, and now this is the modern day way they do it. So you can see the Big Dipper right at the top of the bear, like that, and then all the other stars to make it. So actually, what I'm going to do now is we're going to make our constellation. And I'm just going to use this page and use the Big Dipper. So take your marshmallows and your spoon, or your toothpicks, I mean. Then I'm going to use the new version. So I'm just going to follow it, and wherever there's a star, that is going to be a marshmallow. Then the lines between the stars, that is your toothpick. So I'm making the top of its head, and you can break the toothpicks if you want smaller lines. Like, I'm going to break this toothpick so I can get a smaller star here to put the next ones on. And just follow your stars here using your toothpicks. Right now we're working on the Big Dipper, so once I get the Big Dipper made, I'll show that to you. And then we'll make the rest of the bear. So this is my constellation of the Big Dipper. You can do the Big Dipper, you can do whatever constellation you want. Again, if you want to, you can finish it out and go ahead and make the Big Dipper all the way into the bear. You can do Orion. There's one here called the Well. Yeah, Pegasus and Hercules. They're all different ones. You can find them again on the internet. Call the library and request these butts to check out so you can have pictures of them. You can also go to the internet, print you out a star wheel map which has all the constellations on and where they are in relation to the sky of the time of the year. Another thing to remember about constellations is different times of the year they're in different areas of the sky because the earth moves around the sun. So it looks like the sky is moving, but actually the sky is not moving. It's just the earth moving, which puts the constellations in a different place during certain times of the year. And that's where one of these star wheels is great to have, because then you can just put in the time of the year and see what the sky's supposed to look like, and you can go outside and match it up. Very fun. Again, constellations are just a group of stars that make a shape in the sky. Many of the constellations have stories that go with them. We have some of those books that tell the story here as well. So again, if you want to just come call the library and we can get those books for you, and you can come check them out using our curbside service, that would be awesome. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you learned a little bit about constellations and what they're good for. And I hope to see you guys soon. Y'all have a good day, and we miss you. Bye.